All right, so we've played a bit of Temur Elementals. We've played, maybe we haven't played Soul. I've seen a couple other people play Sultai Elementals. This is for the people that can't decide which of the two they want to be playing. So this deck has the Wildgrowth Walker package, because Wildgrowth Walker is also an elemental. These Explorer creatures also help us find our colors of lands consistently. We've got a split of various top-end bombs here. It is possible that Nissa's better than Cavalier of Thorns, but I want to try the split. This card works with Yarok too, and it rebuys some of our other things. We've got Tamiyo to rebuy some stuff as well. And then, of course, M20 staple and powerhouse Risen Reef here. Just a Coiling Oracle that turns all your other lands into Coiling Oracles is really, really nice. Let's go ahead and dive into some matches here and see how it goes. Yeah, I think 3 or so temples is 3 to 5 temples is probably the sweet spot, and I want to start with a little bit less in here. No, the only time you turn one, I would turn one Lock and Underlord is when you roll a 3 of. Otherwise, just buy one thing and try and roll 2 more of those on the next one. Never lock for just 2. Coiling Oracle is a 2-mana creature that does what Risen Reef does when it comes into play. So you look at your top card, if it's a land, it goes into play. Technically, it reveals it, so it's functionally a little bit different, but in actuality, it ends up being about the same. Super fun, full of variants. Why would you say that a deck like this is full of variants? Generally speaking, the Explore package is really good at mitigating variants, I feel, in this format. One of the most consistent things the deck can be doing in Standard right now is the Explore package, I think. Yeah, Coiling Oracle is a Simic creature, so thus it does have creature type soup. Sure. Is Growth Spiral better than Oracle? As with most things in Magic the Gathering, that is not a strictly better, strictly worse comparison. The answer is, it depends. I'm going to bottom that. We already have that color of mana. Would really like to try and find an Explorer creature to curve off this Wildgrowth Walker from. Hey, look at that. Found our 4th color of mana if we find any black spells. Hey, Vicarian, thank you for the half of your support. I appreciate that. For shipping your Bezo bucks back this way again and keeping me employed. Is it Esper? It is. Ring-a-ding-ding. Reef. Look at that. Found that Explorer creature. Narset, you're going down. You're going down. Bernie Sanders just went live on Twitch. It's so weird to me still that there's a political candidate on Twitch. I'm honestly kind of surprised, I guess, that more of them aren't doing it. But it's funny to me. This does damage to anything, so we get to go ahead and give Narset the finger. Just flip her on out of there. Bernie Sanders has a Twitch page. I think it's just Bernie_Sanders. He's been broadcasting campaign stuff. I don't think he's streaming video games. That's a good turn. Rude. So the cast down here happening ultimately isn't that bad of a thing for us, because that cast down likely means that my opponent doesn't have a Kaya's Wrath. Because if they had a Kaya's Wrath, they'd probably just wait and sweep up. And if they don't have the Wrath, we're going to have them dead here pretty quickly. Are we attacking for lethal next turn? This is 7, 10, 12. Yeah, and a land makes 13. Cry. Okay, that's a reason to not put the counter on the Reef. Yeah, Magic screenshots and Magic-related content are always welcome here.
Let us have a storied battle worth
What do I want to find with this, Tamiyo? What do I want to do? I could plus looking for something random, or I could down tick. Plussing gives my down tick more choices. Yeah, it's probably just Reef, huh? Should have named Jadelight Obs. Someone asked me what deck we primarily laddered to Mythic with, and the answer to that question is we laddered with lots of different things. So all my laddering was done on stream over the course of the last 2 days. You can find all those videos up on my website. The deck we did the final push through Diamond 2 and 1 with was Black Red Aristocrats, though. Really like Black Red Aristocrats. You can find my preferred build of Black Red Aristocrats on the standard decks page of my website. So they're playing Esper. It's probably a matchup for more Nissa. It's probably a matchup for more Veil of the Summer. I'm not sure I want Negate in this matchup. These are mostly for the, I don't want too many cards that 3-mana Teferi turns off. I think I'm going to go ahead and trim Wildgrowth Walker here. Like, I know it's an elemental, but this card really isn't that good against control. Like, I don't really need a big dumb beater. So I think I'd rather just have Nissa and Veil of Summer. That seems fine. I don't have a black source, but like my opponent's deck isn't super aggressive, so it's not like they're gonna pressure me if I miss on it for a little bit. And Merfolk Branchwalker plus Jadelight Ranger will help me see more cards to like work towards that black source. We're gonna see a number of cards between now and turn 5 when we like want the black source for Yarok. Or we don't even need the black source for Yarok. The black source was the Paradise Druid the whole time. You know what? So dealing 2 damage to them is definitely better than saving ourselves 2 points of life in this matchup, right? Let's just like attack for 2 and then shock this in. What do you think of Remorseful Cleric instead of Grafdigger's Cage, the upcoming blue-white flyers that replicate the Graveyard Hate enough? No, so actually this is where things like this get funny, right, I guess. The Grafdigger's Cage in the sideboard of blue-white flyers is not Graveyard Hate. I mean, it is, but it's not why we're playing it. We're playing that card in the sideboard because I would like access to I would like a hate card. I would like a hate card for Experimental Frenzy. I'm gonna minus her right away so I guaranteed draw a card. Deal. Like, if we hit like a dedicated graveyard deck where Cage might be good, we definitely board it in, but the slot in the sideboard is there because I want a card that hates on Frenzy. I'm gonna Branchwalker before I do this because now I get to guarantee draw a card. And again, gonna elect to shock myself and then attack them for 2. Because they don't really pressure my health total in this matchup. I would love a Nissa on top of my deck. Thank you. They're dead, Jim. You've killed them. They must have another sweeper here, right? It feels to me like they must have another sweeper. What am I aiming with this Nissa 1I plus here? Is it just Risen Reef? I think it's Risen Reef, and then if I hit, I just go Reef. Oh, right. I need to scroll and not type. Otherwise it locks up. Come on. Come on, Magic Arena. Someday when you're not made by a small indie studio, you'll be able to write a filter box, okay?
I think you will find my notes helpful.
Like, it really just makes me wonder, like, how did this make it to production? Maybe they were aware of the issue and just, like, couldn't fix it in time? I gotta think they were aware of that issue and just couldn't fix it in time. It's a pretty glaring issue to make it into prod, though. Yeah, there's severe performance decrease with the patch for M20. Hey, Sean, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around.
I won't hide from the world. Keep up the pace.
Oh, I could have shocked. Nah, I don't think I want to do that. I think I want to be able to do this. Oh, let's tap this. Double reef triggers, yep. Hey, Silas, thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I'm just going to go ahead and get my guaranteed card draw here.
The past is never forgotten.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's not an unreasonable assumption. Like they have a stricter release cycle because they have to hit.
We will meet again.
So you get to quad explore off this Jadelight Ranger with Yarok in play. We get to double Omnath triggers almost lethal on its own, right? Because all of the Nissa lands are elementals. Yeah, but I didn't necessarily want to do that.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Whee! This is great. I don't know if this is good, but it's certainly great. As far as turns go, that one was not bad. Not bad. And there's an Omnath in my hand. In fact, I'm gonna plus a name Omnath. So that way they're not dead. They don't survive with a sweeper plus a discard spell. Because this is lethal because it goes to the dome. Hi, Felicia. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping by here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic and other strategy games 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week on a release week like this. As always, I'd love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. The Vitamin String Quartet makes unique instrumental string arrangements of everything from Zelda to Zeppelin, and they would love to underscore your next gaming session. You can find them streaming now on services such as Spotify and Apple Music. InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of artwork that they already have on their website, such as my own Hoaglandia branded merchandise. And of course, CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them.
Don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
All right, let's play some more. Let's play some more 4-color elemental, shall we? Remember, if you are a new viewer and enjoying the content, make sure you hit that follow button at the very least. Following doesn't cost you anything, and it lets you know when I go live and with what. I'm here Monday through Friday throughout the week, generally 8 a.m. Central Time until about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If that schedule doesn't jive with what you watch on Twitch, you can check out all my archives on my website and my YouTube channel as well. Those go up every evening. We need an emote for that? Probably. That's probably not a bad idea. Who is that? Someone that one of my friends hired off the internet to record that commercial. Don't ask me for more details, that's all I know. Look at how perfect our mana is, chat. Ooh, buddy. Yeah, that's gonna become part of the ad break going forward. I need to set up a scene so it's integrated nicely, but for now it's just me opening it in VLC. Need to take 30 seconds tonight and put it together in a proper OBS scene.
I have not survived millennia to stand down.
Are we gonna kill my Risen Reef? Feel like we're sacking this to kill my Risen Reef. Which I think is a good play. Really? Okay. As you will. Wait, what? Well, now I just take this hit, and then I get to attack this for 3 and then Omnath it for 2. That seems like a win for me, right? So again, this does damage to any target, including that one.
Weak. I have other obligations.
Really looking to draw a Wildgrowth Walker. If we draw a Wildgrowth Walker, it's gonna dunk all over this game. If we fail to come up with a Wildgrowth Walker sometime soon, we could be in a little bit of trouble here. No blocks. Howdy, Chalice. They're debating if they want to pay 4 to get a token on there, and they do. Let's get this to a 4/4, and then hopefully... Oh, did I already have a land? Why did I shock that? Oh, I forgot Omnath gave me a land last turn. I forgot Omnath gave me a land last turn. Ooh, that's a piece of candy. Oh, he does lifelink, doesn't he? It's exciting. I had a very, very small amount of drop frames, it looks like. So I assume we'll see them pay to save these. Actually, Cavalier with Yarok and Risen Reef, we might run the risk of decking myself with this Cavalier of Thorns. Because Cavalier looks 5 deep. And, like, the draws aren't optional. Listen, we're not here to not draw cards, chat, okay? We're not here to not draw cards. All right, and then this triggers Omnath. Oh no, it triggers him twice too. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. All right, we're cutting the Cavalier of Thorns. We're cutting the Cavalier. We need a Gaia's Blessing. No, that's it. That's the ticket. We keep the Cavalier of Thorns. We play a Gaia's Blessing. That's the real ticket. We play Gaia's Blessing. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play Gaia's Blessing. Ooh, a Wildgrowth Walker. And a Jace. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Do do. Do 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 do. 5-color Niv this morning was good. Naya Feather was good. There's only 21 cards in my deck. Yikes. I need to discard these Risen Reefs, otherwise they're gonna do me dirty. Definitely can't cast this Cavalier of Thorns. Don't stop revealing. Do 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 do. Yeah, I discarded the Tamiyo so I don't tempt myself. Would you like to kill my Risen Reef, please? Please kill it. I'm gonna risk decking myself otherwise. Thank you, opponent. I appreciate you. Wow, is there not another Omnath in here? That's crazy. I don't think Oketra is better than the other 5s that that deck plays. Yeah, Nissa is a lot of sustained power, right? Nissa's gonna let us overpower them here. I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this question before I ask it. But do we cut the Cavaliers after this match? Or do we just go full meme and add in Gaia's Blessing?
Rise, my elemental friend.
Full meme. But opponent, I was gonna gain so much life. That's rhetoric, right? Well, so like the problem with the blessings are that drawing them with Risen Reef doesn't actually help us not deck, right? I guess if we blessing the blessings back into our deck, we're probably supposed to cut this card. We're probably supposed to cut this card. Aggro deck. I'm gonna cut Tamiyo and add Brontodon. Hey, turn 3 Karn Daddy. Thank you for the 6 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for the content. This is cheaper and more fun than Netflix. Well, I appreciate you being here. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, triple blue on Jace is brutal. There's only 14 blue sources in this deck. Yeah, Gutter Bones is a good soft combo with Regisaur. The green-black rock deck we played, I liked it a lot. And Blood for Bone seems like a good addition to the top end of it. Hey, Hurricane Gregor. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for sharing that Prime this way this month. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. I'm gonna keep this. It needs another green source, but green's the most common color in our deck. And I have a Scry and an Explorer to try and get there, so... Hey, Wop! Thanks for the 4-month resub there. I appreciate that. Yeah, but if I take lands to my hand to stop them from proccing Omnath, I'd have to decline drawing cards. And like, have you watched this stream before? If you think I'm into declining drawing cards, what kind of suggestion is that? Are you even a Magic player? Declines drawing cards. Makes me sick. I agree. Yeah, take that sort of behavior out back and let people know that's not okay. I kind of wanted... I kind of wanted to have a 3-2 there. Not gonna lie. Maybe a 4-3. I think we're dead. I think we've died. Yeah, the good starts out of the Vampire deck are real good. Sol and Vervi, thank you for the re-up in that Prime for the 2nd month. Welcome back. Hope your weekend is going swell. Yeah, Jadelight heard my cries of... Jadelight heard my cries. I was like, Jeff, I will give you cards. Love me. Love me. Can vampires compete with Fred for best aggro deck? No idea. The first major standard tournament will be 1 week from today. Star City Games generally has an open series event week 1. Ding, ding, ding. We're gonna rise to the occasion with that one. If we hit a green source with this, we get to play Cavalier of Thorns on 3 or on 4. Sorry. And GP the week after. Where's the GP at? Denver, I think I heard. So those Wildgrowth Walkers don't currently have anything to do, but they're elementals, so they're going to trigger the Reef here next turn, which is sweet. So even though they're not super useful directly, they're still going to draw cards. So again, come eat pizza. And this is something that I can't instill enough from people that are watching streams and gaining lots of anecdotal evidence. This matchup that I'm playing, who wins or loses this matchup, is mostly irrelevant. Playing your bad brew against other bad brews doesn't mean your bad brew is suddenly competitive in the format. The thing that says my bad brew is competitive is when you take a step back and you say, oh, is my deck competitive against the decks that were good last season? That sounds great. So while I agree that this is a mystical, magical time in Magic the Gathering where the world is our oyster and anything could be good and anything could be bad, and it's my favorite part of any standard season, we don't actually have the statement, all these tribal decks are going to be good. Vampires might be unplayable. Elementals might be really bad. I hope not. But until we have some actual like data to look at, that's kind of what we're looking at. Marvin Fane. Marvin Fane. I think Wildgrowth Walker is going to go ahead and show our aggro opponent what's up this game. Yeah, I think I'm conservatively supposed to make this one bigger. I think the play to win line is make him bigger. And I think now I go for triple. I think we put the triple up now. And then next turn I can branch walk and gain a bunch. We don't know Bulletproof Pope. Like I said, like we've been saying, it's the Wild West. Takes a lot of practice. And slamming random decks on the arena ladder isn't really how you figure out what's good or bad. Sitting down and doing like concentrated testing with someone else playing the decks that were good last season is how you start to figure things out. And even then, doing that before the first big tournament doesn't give that good of results because something could break out at that first big tournament and make your previous testing irrelevant. Yeah, I'm aware, Steric, but it didn't matter, so I just put it into play because it was less clicking. So my line was optimal because it was less clicking. Yeah, but I wanted to be able. No, that's not true. This keeps coming to play tapped. So I think you're wrong. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying. Ain't nobody got time to bluff spell prayers. Yeah, gotta keep in mind the real life total exactly. Oh, Cavalier lands. They're saying if I drew a land this turn, I could Cavalier into Branchwalker. Thought you were talking about the previous turn. I think we're just like turtling up here. I'm probably gonna send this trophy at the Sorin next turn, we'll go like second Risen Reef, Trophy the Saurian. Which Sorin, chat? Which Sorin do we trophy? Suggestions? Bueller?
My bloodline flows through you.
Why is it Bronson not an elemental dinosaur? Asking the real questions. Alright, so they're gonna flip Legion's Landing over here, because I've got the Bronson in play. Kill the pretty one for being pretty. If they attack like this, I'm gonna have pretty reasonable attacks in the backswing to pressure their planeswalkers here. Oh, do they plan to... You think they plan to just bring Marvin back here? I think I just do this and take the hit, and they're gonna bring Marvin back. Yeah, I think I'd rather have more attackers. They already used Baby Sorin, so they can't use him again to kill my walker, so this block is safe.
The weak feed the strong.
Blue, green, whatever. Get my double reef trigger. All right, so send these here and kill him. Trophy this one. I'm leaving myself a little bit soft on the backswing, but I think that's not too big of a deal because I'm at 21. This is still the same max, Storox. It's been a long one. Maybe I'm only supposed to attack this with 3 things to give them the option to trade off all 3 of their things and keep the Sorin. That's probably a better line. Like, leave back my 4/6 Wildgrowth Walker on defense. Because I guess I am technically out of... Explore creatures at this point. So, like... If I take a hit, I don't have a good way to restore my life total this turn.
What a mess I've made.
Yowza! Yowza! Alright, well, I mean... We were punished for the sequencing on that Assassin's Trophy. Things that matter there, I suppose. That was one of those, well, I just want to auto-pass. It's technically strictly optimal to do this during your upkeep or your draw step, but... All right. I'll back it up. Yep. So should trophy during their upkeep. If I had trophy during their upkeep, they wouldn't have gotten back both Sorins. Yeah, let's just keep running it. We didn't actually deck. We'll probably win before we deck most of the time anyways. Yeah. Well, it's not 2 years. That card's only legal for 15 months, so we do have to play around it for a little bit. Something to think about. Is an interesting one. That was definitely the ceiling on that card, huh? It's about as good as it gets. Hey, thanks, BDem. I appreciate it. Good to have you here. Thanks for the support. We've had a few new subs today. Remember, if you're a new sub, if you just subbed, it can take up to an hour to sync sometimes. But if you use Discord, we have a subscriber Discord server. People can pick my brain when I'm offline on occasion too and interact with other folks that are members of Hoaglandia. Yeah, elementals definitely have the tools you need to be competitive against a deck like Wilderness Reclamation. Teamer colors have a lot of good counter spells and enchantment removal and stuff like that. And you can apply real amounts of pressure depending on your configuration. What's going on, Dad? Thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We're going to lead on Drowned Catacombs here, because Drowned Catacombs does not come into play untapped off the Stomping Ground. So leading on this gives us the ability to like draw Wildgrowth Walker or Branchwalker on 2 and like play a 2-drop into a Jadelight Ranger or Risen Reef still. Boop. Perfect. Red-white life gain land, you say? It's a pretty easy trade here for me, I think. Is that the dragon that kills things when it attacks? Yeah, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I guess I'd be kind of surprised if that dragon is better than just putting the dinosaur into play. The 4/8 indestructible lifelink whatever one. Zatalpa. Zatalpa's like a pretty messed up card. Are we going to cast on Summon today? We're definitely playing Blue-White Skies after this. Whether or not we play another deck after Blue-White Skies is going to hedge on what the viewer count looks like, but we're definitely doing one more after this one. And this one's still got another half hour, 45 minutes. Yeah, I'm not really sure that Yarok adds value to the Teamer Elemental shell that we're playing. Assassin's Trophy is a nice amount of flexibility in terms of hard removal, though. One of the things Teamer really lacks is the ability to kill big things. What's Bond of Insight? See, like, when you start adding, like, all these other conditionals, like Bond of Insight, you just, like, added too many conditionals. Oh, do you mean Bond of whatever with the haste? Like Zatalpa, anything can hit planeswalkers right away if it has haste, though. We have another Defiant Strike, or you got a God's Willing? Alright, so I'm gonna do this. Oh, they're colorless. Good call. There's 3 trophies in my main deck. Speaking of trophies, let's go find those.
Let me aid your research. The land shall conquer you.
That's fine to leave on top, right? Because it's an elemental. So we can't currently attack through the feather, but we're not that far off of being able to attack around it efficiently. You're supposed to Jadelight Ranger before Tamiyo to guarantee Tamiyo hits. Maybe to dig deeper, but I do think I really wanted to dig for Assassin's Trophy there. Like, if I kill the feather, I probably win the game, right? This is game one. This is game one, chat. Why are they so hateful? Why are they so hateful? If they have a God's will, like, we're like just dead. I'm not talking about Reckless Rage. I'm talking about Tecatli Honor Guard. It is a main board Tecatli Honor Guard. Everybody plays Reckless Rage and Feather. It's one of the best cards in the deck. Man, I don't have more removal for that either. So, you know, I've been saying this standard format feels a lot like Modern. They had their ley line of the void in the main deck, and we got hosed. Main deck surgical will get you sometimes. Hey, Ice Water, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Honor Guard is absurd against the deck that we're playing. Maybe we're supposed to put some more removal in our sideboard to deal with that, probably. Yeah. I often hear a lot of people like asking other streamers like what makes a deck viable, or like what's your ladder record before it's viable. And like, in my opinion, if I was testing for a tournament, I would put very little weight into like what's going on the ladder if I really cared about the tournament. If I was just like going to the tournament to have a good time, obviously playing on the ladder is better than like not playing at all, because like getting repetitions and practice is better than not practicing. But if you're gonna like sit down and like formally test for an event, it wouldn't be against random people playing random decks. Yeah, Tecatli's a great sideboard card. I mean, to the people that are all defending the Tecatli Honor Guard, I just want you to go back and look at the Mythic Championship that recently happened that had 40% Esper decks in it. You want main deck Tecatli Honor Guard against that 40% of the field? How about the percent of the field playing Groil, where it also doesn't have a text box? It's bad against most Groil mid-range decks as well. Like, don't get me wrong, it slaughters what we're doing, and it's an excellent sideboard card because it's against the Dreadhorde decks as well. But Tecatli Honor Guard was very bad against a significant portion of the good decks at the end of last season. At the end of the day, if getting people makes you happy, you do you. More power to you. Naya Feather was really good. It hits Esper, kinda. Get out of here. turning off their 2x bell haunt or whatever is like. I can't speak to best of one. I have no idea what that format looks like. I have no desire to play it. When I speak about things in a competitive sense or like decks I'm playing, it's always in best of 3 is the context here on this stream. We'll play this before we play our land, because if we drew a shock land with it, we want to put the shock land into play tap most likely. There were a number of the Esper decks at the Mythic Championship were just playing 2 Bell Haunts in the main and were more controlling. Again, for people that weren't keeping up at the end of last season. Yeah, if someone offered me a bunch of prize money to play in a best of 1 tournament, I'd take a bunch of prize money to play in a best of 1 tournament. But I think that's also pretty unlikely to happen. How do you be proactive? In my opinion, the best way to prepare for an event is to look at the decks from previous events that have done well, and then sit down with someone else that you know is a reasonable Magic player, and then play out the specific matchups that you care about. Don't just play against random decks that could be anything. So go look at the last set of top 8s, and we'll go through that. Pick out the decks that you think are going to be popular and expect to play. That's the predictive you should be doing. Because even at the mythic level, the random things you see on the ladder are going to be different than what you see at a large tournament, especially in the later rounds. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to some amount of guesswork. And past that, again, what I said about some practice is better than nothing is definitely true. Like, if you don't have someone to sit down with or it's hard to make time, like, playing some amount of Magic is better than not playing Magic. Nah, Treasure Cruise is banned in basically every format, so it can't be a boat. Grow, my Omnath, grow! Yeah, and that happens too, right? Especially in formats like Modern, where like you're like, all right, I spent a bunch of time prepping for this tournament, and I know my matchups against like the top 12 different decks, and I only play against half of those decks for like half my matches, and it just feels bad, but it is what it is. All right, Wildgrowth Walker is actually a pretty good rip here. Lets me gain some life back in this race, get a big blocker going for this Hydra. Nissa of my own. Is that even good? I feel like that's not even good here, right? Like they have a 4/4 and a 5/5, and I don't have anything to do with the extra mana. Is that even good? I don't think it is either. That was awkward. I was really hoping for an extra. I was really hoping to hit a land there, so I could like play a land and make this a 5/5 to attack with. If you don't have your matchups figured out the night before the tournament, just get some sleep, because the extra 3 hours of testing isn't going to help you. That's true. That's true. Nissa lands are elemental, so it would make this Omnath better. That being said, they have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just gonna Omnath. I think I'm gonna Omnath this Incubation Druid here. What? That's absurd. A creature you control becomes a target of a spell. So like, if I kill it, it eats my Omnath? Is this real life? I think I'm dead. That's sweet. There's so much text. Whenever any creature you control becomes the target of a spell, this fights something. Yeah, like, against any sort of creature deck, that's an awesome built-in defense mechanism, huh? Yeah, blue-green hydras seems like it makes jellyfish less mana too. Good lord. Yep. Yep. Hey, Namad, that's awesome. Yeah, that one was a lot of fun yesterday. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, against any sort of creature-based matchups. I hope they have a climb in their deck. That could be sweet. Alright, cast down sounds good. I think Wildgrowth Walker is a little on the small side. Disdainful Stroke's probably good. They have Hydras and they have Nissas. Alright, let's do that. Stroke seems relevant here. Stroke's a way to answer that thing without it eating one of our guys. Which seems like a noble task to take upon ourselves. There's no black mana in here, but my opponent's deck isn't super fast. I have a Scryland, I have a Risen Reef, so let's go. Perfect. Never didn't have it. Show was playing Hydras. Yeah, I saw that in his stream title. It's neat to see the legendary getting some play. I think I'm supposed to save this to kill their Hydras. The converted mana cost of a spell is always the number in the upper right-hand corner of the card. When an X spell is on the stack, it includes the X. When an X spell is in play, it does not include the X. You think of them more as toolboxes to cover gaps or hate spells for poor matchups? Neither, actually. So, in my opinion, the way you want to approach building sideboards is your sideboard should be built hand in hand with your main deck. You should be sitting there when you're building your sideboard thinking about which matchups your deck needs help in and what cards, how many cards you need to swap out. So you shouldn't go, this matchup's bad, I need 6 cards because it's a bad matchup. You should look at your main deck and go, my main deck has 5 cards in it that are bad in this matchup, so that means I want 5 cards in the sideboard to bring them in. Do I kill this? I think I want to kill this, huh? You have a Veil of Summer here. As you wish, Thread Menace, we live to serve. So I'm going to decline to reveal this because I'm going to shock it in Because if you put it in off Risen Reef, it has to come into play tapped. Hey, Nectar of Death. Thanks for continuing your sub-gifty. Hope your Saturday is finding you swell. Thanks for sticking around. Good to have you back. It's been a long stream, chat. We finished the 32-ounce water bottle. It's okay. We always pack a backup. I am not convinced that the black cards are really adding value here. The Sultai Rayok or whatever it's called almost decked us the one time we had it in play, and we probably would have been winning even without it. So I'm not sure stressing our mana is really worth it. To the surprise of few, the Explore package has been good alongside the Temur Elementals cards, though. Risen Reef and Omnath are still very reasonable cards. Yeah, I agree. The Explore package feels reasonable. Honestly, Trophies felt like it's been the best black card we've added just because, like, it gives us a flexible answer to, like, big monsters. But, like, honestly, with the Explore package, too, you need answers to big monsters a little bit less, just because you can block or gain life against them. That's fine, right? We'll go Branchwalker, Jadelight, Omnath, just like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's just elementals. What else could they be? Lots of frame rate lag now since the last update. I think I'm okay with that. All right, so they haven't done anything yet. I have this Disdainful Stroke. Next turn's 5 mana. This is Nissa mana. I'm just gonna hang tight here for a second. Hit my land drops. Sweet. Just gonna pass again here. Attack for 3. Yeah, I don't think I care for this list compared to the Temur Elementals. I feel like if I was going to spend more time continuing to tune an Elementals variation, I would not focus my energy on 4-color. My gut instinct, having played both so far, is that I would prefer to work on just a Temur variation. Sure. That one can stay there. Any moderns today? Negative. We'll be back to doing Magic Online / Modern in the morning, starting on Monday's stream. So I'll probably tweet that out tomorrow. But Modern days moving forward are going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning. So 3 days a week, we're going to do 2 Modern Leagues in the morning. We'll be doing Arena in the afternoons as usual. I think I'd prefer the form for this one, Scholar, so I can take the time to do the math on the mana. Yep. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and plus this and name Assassin's Trophy here.
I would like to test the new
Try and find that to clear the 6/6.
and find.
Fantastic. We might be able to run them down here, so we get to do this, and then we crack them for 7 down to 10. You just count the pips, so they're more stats / probability count to that. So I mean, part of the math and probability is counting the pips. So if you're not familiar with building mana bases in Magic, this article is kind of like a go-to rough numbers type thing. If you have a little bit more formal math background, you want to understand some of the background in it, you're basically doing hyper-geometric distribution calculations based on what turns you approximately want to be having what colors of mana. They are a thief deck. Interesting.
Stop interrupting me.
Stop interrupting me. We have not played 4-color Dreadhorde. I think I just want to do this. It only does 2 damage. Puts them to 8 though. So I think I want to just down tick and pick this trophy back up. Thanks, Gaines. Good to have you here. I think I want to just down tick and pick the trophy up. It means that they rip like a mass manipulation, I'm in a little bit less trouble. This attack puts them to 5. And like, I'm at a point where if this lives, my my land drops draw me cards, which is great. They're about to steal this, aren't they? They played a land for the turn already, so they're sequencing us off if they're gonna steal it. Because they missed a card draw then. They probably didn't realize what it is. Maybe they're just trying to read it. Maybe they're not stealing it, they just don't know what it does. It's always so nerve-wracking when they're mousing over your cards. You're just like, oh no. Oh no, what terrible thing is gonna happen to my poor little Omnath? If they have a mass manipulation, they just get to yoink our entire board here. They have 6, 10, 13 mana. Just a melody, sure. They did miss a land drop though, or miss a card draw, because they played their land already. So I'm gonna decline this. No, I guess I could have put that because this comes into play untapped. If 4-color Dreadhorde was one that was submitted before the new set drop, I asked people that had decks that were in there from before the set drop to resubmit something new with including cards from the new set. So if that was your deck list, feel free to drop me a message and let me know. We'll get that set back up and it'll be towards the top for next time we play Standard. Because if it was in there, there were 4. I think there were 4 decks that I pulled out. Sure, yeah, I mean, when there's a deep queue, they do sit there for a long time. I think. All right, let's just do this to start and see where it goes. Sounds good, Scholar. Nissa sounds great. I'm gonna go ahead and trophy the Omnath here because I don't want their lands drawing them cards. So login name, if you'd like to resubmit an updated 4-color Dreadhorde list, that would be fine. Or you're welcome to submit something new as well. Vomit. And we're dead. we're dead. I think we're dead. Feels pretty dead, man. And again, this is why, like, these mid-range decks feel similar to, like, from last season, where, like, these steal all your stuff decks and command the Dreadhorde decks kind of just, like, go over the top of anything these decks are able to do. So, like, these more fair mid-range decks, and thanks for the Biddy Scholar, I appreciate that. These more fair mid-range decks that don't really have that big go over the top play and just like looking to eke out value and generate 2-for-1s just really weren't competitive at the end of last season. I don't think a deck like this is going to continue to be that way. I think you'd either need to build this into like something that's more aggressive, like the teamer builds that we've played that have like 3-mana Chandra in them, or you want to try and go way up over the top and build into something like Sultai Dreadhorde. So like, while this Explore package felt good in a variety of matchups, I think if the Mass Manipulation deck and Command the Dreadhorde decks continue to be something that you need to worry about in the format, something just kind of mid-range value-y like this is not something I would recommend playing. As that last match kind of showed. As far as the specifics on this card kind of felt win more. The one match we played, it almost decked us. It was like kind of sweet getting to do this twice, but I think the games where this was living, we were probably winning even